Welcome to episode 7.
Turn your hat around so it looks like we're in a different day.
It's later in the week. Like a new me.
You're pretty dressed up.
Yeah, thanks. Welcome to episode 7. Braised chicken thighs. My mom used to make a similar recipe with chicken breast and rice that she would cook down in the oven all day, and I've tried to simulate it over the years. I think I probably asked her how she made it a few years ago, and then it keeps on evolving and getting better. So we're gonna use chicken thighs, which are a little more affordable than chicken breast. It's got a little bit more fat in it. It's got a little bit more calories as well. And it's pretty easy. We'll be cooking it in one pot and then making some rice with it to stew it down. So let's get into it. All right, let's prep it up. It's real simple. We're gonna go with 3 cloves of garlic, and this was 1 package of chicken. It's like 1.5 pounds of skinless, boneless chicken thighs. You can do it with bones too, you'll just have to pull them out later. So I already peeled 2 garlic cloves. I'm gonna come in, just give it a smash with the hand. You don't need to worry about cutting these up at all. They can just stay whole because we're gonna strain this out later when we actually make the sauce. A little stubborn piece, just pull that off. Good to go. So 3 cloves of garlic, and then same kind of deal. This is pretty lemony when we make the broth. So I'm gonna use 2 lemons, cut them in half, and then just cut them in half again. These are actually gonna go directly into the pot. So they'll cook down over a long period of time, get soft, give up the juice.
Did you roll them?
No, I didn't roll them.
Don't you want them to be juicy?
No, these will cook down forever. They'll be good to go. Throw those in a bowl. Get 3 cloves of garlic in a bowl. And that's really gonna be the base of the only vegetables and anything that you need to prep beforehand. And then we'll go ahead and get a burner on. I like using a cast iron pan for this. I just think it holds its heat really well. It's good for braising, for cooking down for a long period of time. So we'll get that hot, and we'll throw in some olive oil, extra virgin olive oil. Just cover the bottom of the pan, probably like 3 to 4 tablespoons. We'll let that get hot, and then we're gonna start to cook off the chicken next. All right, pan's nice and hot. I've got the chicken thighs in a bowl. I'm gonna go ahead and season them to start with here. Probably a good 2 tablespoons worth of salt. Just mix that around a little bit. With that size pan and with this much chicken, that'll be about perfect. If you were doing like 2 packages worth of chicken breast, I would just do 1 of these at a time. We just want to get these things crispy, get them in a pan, lay them down, and I'll just kind of toss these in one by one. We'll let those sit in the pan for 3 to 4 minutes. I got the pan on high because I definitely want to get the bottom crispy and start to brown up a little bit. And then once that browns up, we'll flip them over, cook them on the other side, and then we'll pull them out of the pan. All right, a little audible. Decided to throw some onion in here too. So just got half of a big Vidalia onion. Cut that up. And kind of like everything else, we don't need to be too fine here. So let's just chop this into some, maybe like 1/8 of an inch rounds here. Take it all the way down, get rid of the root, and then just set that aside in a separate bowl, because once we pull the chicken out, we'll hit the onions in there and brown those up just to give them another layer of flavor. So we're gonna make some regular old long grain rice with this. I'm gonna use the rice cooker. I'm gonna throw in, like always, just follow whatever the package's recommendations is in terms of water to rice ratio. Here's a little secret, is wash your rice. So rice has a bunch of extra starch on the outside of it, and you'll see that as I'm going in here, I want to give it a spin, cold water, and that water is going to get really cloudy, and we'll pour it off. I'll usually clean rice 3 times, so we'll do it again. Keep moving it around in between the fingers, and then we'll do it there. Still pretty cloudy, and then we'll do it one more time. And what that'll do is that'll get rid of some of the kind of glutinous stuff on the outside of the rice. It'll make it super, super sticky. Sediment, if you will. And this will make your rice nice and fluffy, and it won't stick together and just become one congealed mess. So like always, just fill up your rice cooker to recommendations, or if you want to use a regular pot, that's fine. Go ahead and pop that in, set it, pressurize it. Good to go. That's what's up.
Yeah.
All right, so that's all cooked down. nice and browned up. At this point, you want to get the chicken out of the pan. So get that just into a separate bowl. That can cool down for a little while. It doesn't matter. We're going to cook these vegetables down in the pan. If anything's thick, just pull it off of the hot side. This is real cooking. Get up under there. And that's fine, because that's going to create a bunch of those crispy bits.
Oh.
Whoa, that'll actually taste really good. So pull all that off. You might even have a few little extra pieces left over, kind of left in the pan, and that's completely fine. So that's what your pan should look like. Kind of have some dark brownness in there, some little bits. And then we want to go in right on top of that with the onion. So the onion will start to cook down, give up some of its moisture, and then we'll be able to pull off some of that brown stuff from the bottom of the pan. And that's what's actually going to form the sauce and give it a bunch of super good flavor. So go ahead and cook those onions down. I'd probably go ahead at this point, give them a little pinch of salt just to help that sweat process. Let those things go just until they're nice and soft, just a couple minutes. All right, so we let the onions sweat down just a little bit. Pot's still on high, medium-high heat, so it's ripping pretty good. So those guys have got nice and soft. Now on top of that, just regular old Italian seasoning, which would be a mix of like thyme, oregano, a bunch of stuff. Just buy that as one big Italian seasoning mix. I'm gonna throw a tablespoon of this in. So the oil will heat that up. Get everything smelling pretty good. Literally give that a stir around. Don't let this sit though. You only want that to be in there for like 15-20 seconds to heat up a little bit. From there, I'm gonna go ahead and throw in those 3 cloves of garlic. Boom. Let those heat up with the oil just a little bit. You'll see that pan will continue to brown up just a little bit. And now I want to go ahead and toss in like a full cup of any white wine, just a dry white wine. Just don't use anything sweet. Do not use sweet white wine here. Pinot Grigio, whatever is good. So we'll toss in a cup of that. And then that'll start to cook pretty immediately, start to bubble up pretty good. And then we'll let that cook down until you really don't see that much wine left. And all those bits from the bottom of the pan are going to start to come up too. So another, 2, maybe 3 minutes of letting that cook down. And then we'll move on to adding the stock and all the other stuff. White wine is cooked down really well. All the bits are in the bottom of the pan are up. If you go through the pan with either a spatula, tongs like these, just scrape along the bottom and make sure you get any of those crispy bits up. And what you'll see already, because we had some of that browning that happened, is if this was just white wine, olive oil alone, it would just have that kind of whitish color. This is already starting to turn brown with the onions and all the brown bits in there, and that's perfect. So we got the 2 lemons that go in on top of that, and then the last little piece here before we add the chicken back is Grey Poupon Dijon mustard. Yeah, oh my god. Oh my god. That's what happens when you put them upside down. All right, so let's go like a couple tablespoons of Dijon mustard. Gives it a nice little bite. Got it all over. So let that cook down, integrate into the sauce just a little bit. And then we'll add the chicken back in, because that literally only takes a second. I know it seems weird with these lemons being whole like that, but they'll cook down, help form the sauce. All right, so we got the chicken thighs back in there. Give that a quick little mix so it's all in together. And then I'm gonna add, this will create a bunch of stock. I'm gonna add 1 full container here, which is what?
4 quarts.
A quart? What? No, a quart. 4 quarts in a gallon. We got a quart of chicken stock. I think chicken stock is better. You can use what's the other
Vegetable stock.
one? Oh, yeah, or vegetable stock. But the stock's actually been cooked down with the bones
Broth.
versus sometimes you get chicken broth, which is just from like a bouillon cube, which is fine. I mean, that's good too. But the stock, if you can get it, it's really good. I think that barely broke. So we'll add that. That should cover everything, or at least take it right to the top. And that's about perfect. So you'll see everything's covered up nice. We've still got the heat on high because we want to get that up and simmering as fast as possible. Give that a simple little mix in. We'll wait for that to come to a boil. We'll turn that down, and then I like to leave the lid just like that. So you don't want to put the lid all the way on because then moisture can't get out. We want to leave the lid off so some of that steam and moisture evaporates out, and then that will really like condense and concentrate the actual stock itself. All right, so chicken's cooked down. is what it's gonna look like. So at this point, we got a whole bunch of stock and broth in there, which is really good. I like to go ahead and take out the chicken specifically first. So I'll come in and actually just remove the chicken pieces. You'll get some onion in there too. But I'll leave garlic, lemon, all the stuff I don't want to end up in there right in the bowl. Just get any regular old colander out like that. Get yourself a nice deep bowl. Colander goes on top. And then that cast iron is going to be hot. So just make sure you get a couple of towels or oven mitts out. And then we're going to just strain that right on out. Perfect. All right, put that back on the burner.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, coming in hot. And then we'll just leave all that stuff. This can be thrown right down the drain. And then just to finish this, we're actually going to pour that stock back in there. And to finish it, I like to take like 3 tablespoons of butter. I mean, this will make, you know, a good amount of food for a bunch of people. Go ahead and mix that in. Start to let that dissolve down. You'll see that color of the stock is now like a brown yellow, you know, which is perfect. The heat of that will start to melt that butter down. That gives it that little bit of extra richness. Definitely at this point. Make sure you grab a spoon. Taste it. That's good. Lemony. I didn't use a crazy amount of salt to start with, so it needs a pretty good amount now. I'll just finish that with a tablespoon more salt. And you've got the chicken too, so you want to make sure, since we're going to be pouring this on top of the chicken, that this is nice and salty. So that's good to go. We'll let the butter finish up. And then if we look in here, rice was done, fluff that up. And I went ahead and mixed like 3 or 4 tablespoons of butter into that as well. So that's good to go. Butter your rice. Get some extra calories in there, never hurts. If you want to eat this without the rice, then that's fine. Just serve it up, put some vegetables in there, and let the broth kind of mix in with the vegetables on the plate. But for today, we're gonna go rice. Let's go ahead and plate that up. So I like to go rice first. Get a bunch down on the plate. And then from there, I just go back and grab a couple pieces of chicken. All right, so we got the chicken. And then just to finish with, grab like a ladle or a spoon and put as much broth in that bad boy as you want. So I'm gonna come in here, give myself 1 big ladle over the rice, spill it directly on the floor, let the dogs eat it.
I got in your pants?
No, they don't want pants. No, they hit a second ladle, and that's what it looks like.
That absolutely got in your pants.
No, it didn't.
Yes, it did.
It absolutely did not.
Underneath your shirt.
God, my calves are huge.
Oh my God.
All right, to finish up with a little chicken, a little rice. Oh my God, this looks hot.
Oh God. Oh, jeez.
Oh,
That's disgusting.
yeah. It is, but it tastes good. All right, that's it. Braised chicken, rice, episode 7, shrimp balls.
It looks like you've really sold it to the people.